Welcome to the show, y'all boys and girls. It's your boy, DJ Blizzard, aka Greenlight Blast. You already know what it is. We just out here on my main account, so I'm not on Greenlight Blast or any other. You won't see any other accounts on here because this is my main PlayStation Network account. So therefore, I have a different character. I decided to use this character just cause. So it's I feel like using this to make the video, but hope y'all like the video and give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Alright guys, so for today's show we have a new series I'm starting, and it's basically a tutorial guide series just to kind of explain how to do everything, because I know back when I was a kind of a newbie and I wasn't that good at this game, everybody used to have kind of guides on how to do certain things, but nowadays nobody makes guides. They kind of just expect you to learn with either the people you play with or someone else. So I'm kind of just, I figured I would start back up making tutorials to help those new people who really don't know how to play, so they can become experienced like the rest of us and be able to do well. Give them guys tips and pointers, because I mean the game's not hard, but when you're new, I guess it can seem pretty hard, or just seem like a little overwhelming, I guess, with all the stuff you have to do, especially if you're not using a pet power, so you have to combo everything. So that's why I'm gonna just start making tutorials for you guys, because like basically, like um if you had Earth or if you had Sorcery, those are two pet powers, so you don't have to worry about using all your powers, because you only gotta worry about the pet and then giving the pet power back, because your pet does all your damage. So otherwise than that, you have nothing to worry about. But for every other power, basically you have to use combos. And like the easiest way to kind of figure out how to do the most damage you possibly could with that power is to really look up videos on YouTube. And I know some YouTubers out there might disagree. Like I've seen the community and just people, like I've saw other YouTube videos and YouTubers who they said, oh, don't just sit there and look up videos on loadouts and then, you know, don't test it out yourself, and et cetera, et cetera. But you have to remember that when they're testing it out and they're showing it to you, it's all on a sparring target. These sparring targets are most of the time, pretty sure all the time, CR 126. That's 126. 180 or 170, doing his loadout on 126. If he did anything, to be honest, if he had any of his powers, it would be going in, because the CR difference is so high that you're gonna do extreme amount of damage. So you have to realize that if you do try out their loadouts, don't just sit there and think it's not doing any damage. Try it out in an instance, in like a solo or a duo, something of your level, so you can see the actual damage it'll do. Just come here, go to on duty, do something on tier 1, tier 2, whatever you are, just do something that's your level and really see what damage it does. And that's how you'll know, if it's not doing enough damage for you. Well, see if there's a better loadout, try something out yourself. And if you still don't like it, then the only thing I can really recommend to you is just to go and switch powers, make a new character, because sometimes certain powers, I guess, just won't do enough damage. So just try that out. But basically, like, they'll just come in here when you're making if you were to make a combo, best loadout for this power, you just come down here and you see the Spartan target is 126. I'm still 100, so when I sit here and I do it, see, it's hitting nothing. I'm not really doing damage. I barely take his health down because it's still higher than me. I'm taking it down, but it's slow. But someone like him, who I don't know what level they're on, but I'm pretty sure they're higher. Yeah, see that? Look, the health goes down within seconds because their CR is so much higher than 126. So it's really just about paying attention and knowing, like, oh yeah, let me not just assume, right? And so with that, I can agree with them when they say don't just take a loadout and don't try it out. Yes, test it out, but don't test it out on those unless you're above 126, because unless you're above 126, you're not going to do damage to any sparring targets. And at the same time, even after testing it on a sparring target, go test it in instances, because like I said, as long as you're above 126 in CR, you're gonna do pretty good damage on it. So don't just base your like judge on how much damage you do just on that, on a sparring target. Go in instances and test it out there too. But to get into this video today, I'm gonna just talk about briefly leveling up 1 through 30, and then I'll do another guide later about what you do once you hit level 30. But right now I just want to talk about leveling up 1 through level 30. You when you're making your characters, how to level up the fastest, just kind of explaining all the basics, how to get to this screen right here where you're at this pause menu, I'm going to call it the start menu, and how to navigate it, where you can find everything which each one has and means and stands for. And I guess, I mean, for the most part, I think they're all kind of just explain themselves, but just, I'll just go over it so you can see it. And yeah, so I'm gonna go make a new character now, so I can better explain it, because I can't explain it as best as possible if I already have a level 30 character. So I'm gonna make a new character right now. And so right here, if you're really new, you don't know about this, it's a cutscene that talks about the world being taken over by Brainiac and how the superheroes and villains kill each other. So it's up to you if you want to watch it or not. Otherwise, just skip straight through it. So then once you skip through, you come to here, and this will be the character creation. Alright, and if you are a female or male, pick a female. If you're a female, pick a male if you're a male. I only say that because it'd be awkward when people will be sitting there, it's like a female who's a male or a male who's in a female character, and then there's people like hitting on them, and it's like, oh, well, I'm not actually what my character is. I just hate to see people do that. It's so awkward. But if you're a female, you want to make a male character, hey, all the power to you. Or if you're a male, you want to make a female character, do you. Alright, I'm not gonna stop you, but I'm just saying. Alright, so once you picked whichever one you picked, they're gonna take you to the build. The build has 3 options. You have strikers, spark, and then brute. Alright, so strikers is like the normal superhero kind of build, I guess. If you want to be Superman, this would be your best one. Spark, I call it the nerdy look, because he's kind of just really thin, but he has muscles. He's a little toned, but he's just super thin. And then last but not least is brute. And if you're a brute, I kind of feel like it works best with like Bane stuff. And for each one, there's small, medium, and large. So for this character, I'm gonna go with Spark Small. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I had to take a pause because my dog was biting a plastic bowl, and I don't know if you guys heard that in the video. If you do, I'm sorry. My dog, I don't know why she was excited she wanted to do that. So after you've chosen your build, it's going to come to the template. The template is basically like, I don't know why they call it a template, because it's only really a template if you use inspired by, to be honest. Because if you know what a template is like a base. Like it's just something to start you off. So inspired by it would be kind of like that. The only thing is like you don't actually get the full costumes. Inspired by is by iconic characters like Superman, Batwoman, Catwoman, Lex Luthor, Joker, Flash. But the only thing is, because you're a newbie, they don't like to give you the full character's outfit, because I guess they feel like you should have to work for it. And they have put in characters like Robin, they put in his suit, Batman. It's like they're a little weird, not necessarily like a full-on suit, but they're still pretty cool, So like you can have a variation of the suit, or what the actual suit would be. And there's always like people who are like, you can always make a suit that looks like the closest you can get, at least at the time, to looking like the hero. So you can choose if you want to or not. You're going to be but if you're on free, then you're only going to be able to go up to Manhunter. And this is a little recommendation since I can't say this right now unless I do this. Just FYI, alright? If you're free and you're on PlayStation and you didn't use if you don't have PlayStation Plus or you didn't use your free 14-day PlayStation Plus membership trial, get it, and then go to DC Universe, alright, go to the DLCs, and you'll see a PlayStation Plus free bundle that'll give you Green Lantern powers, a Green Aura, and a couple other things that I'll explain in later videos. And then once you get that, you have the Green Lantern power forever. You can make it with any character, and if you're free, you're only allowed to have 15,000 in like cash, basically. And then after that, it goes into this thing called escrow, and escrow is basically like a bank. So then, if you're in escrows, you can't touch unless you pay you to touch it, or you get legendary, which allows you to access all your money. So, you know, but if you're a premium, oh yeah, and you have a little bit of inventory space, and you're only allowed to make 2 characters if you're free. But if you have premium, you can make 6 characters. You have a pretty decent amount of inventory space, and you have 2,000 instead of 1,500. But that 2,000 can come in handy sometimes, a lot of times, especially if you're like higher level. But for the inspired by, you can do Green Lantern or Sinestro, and then it keeps going with lightning powers, the earth powers, the quantum powers, the celestial powers, the rage powers, the munitions, and atomic powers. So, you know, all these powers you have to pay for unless you're legendary, which then you get them all for free. But for me personally, I always go with custom because, like, to me, this doesn't look necessarily like the actual hero. So what's the point of actually like getting this, you know? So I just do my custom, and if anything, if I ever want to look like a hero, I'll go get it later on and grind out, you know, trying to look like that character later. After you've picked which one you want to be, if you pick custom, they'll ask you what morality you be. Obviously, if you picked inspired by and you pick a villain, they're gonna give you the villain base. And they literally, the template literally like it does everything for you if you picked inspired by, so you don't have to worry about all the rest of this. But I don't recommend again doing that because it doesn't really look like the hero or villain in my opinion. It has the colors, but the suits don't really look like them. So in my opinion, I say you should go with making your own and customizing it to you what you want it to look like. Maybe you can find a better outfit that you will like that looks cool and that necessarily isn't like the Flash or Batman or Lex Luthor or something, you know. So I'm gonna pick a hero just because, you know, it's heroes. Then after you chose your morality, obviously, and all this is only if you pick custom. And then you're gonna choose your personality. There's serious. There you go. This is Ferdy, serious, powerful, comical, primal. Primal will probably be your best one if you're gonna do like a main character, but I'm gonna go with, I usually use Ferdy as serious, and I have one character I think with comical, but I'm gonna go with Ferdy. Then after that, you're gonna choose your mentor. Your mentors are Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman. If you are a villain, it would be Cersei, Lex Luthor, and Joker. I'm gonna try and choose Superman because I feel it's the easiest mentor to level up with. And back when this game was free and like the only powers that were out were like electricity and the hard light powers and maybe earth, we had like this whole discussion, like whole debate of like for which mentor allowed you to get the best gear and level up the fastest. And for the most part, everyone agreed Superman gave you the best gear and lets you level up the fastest. So personally, I say that you should just go with Superman. Okay, so the free powers are nature, sorcery, mental, ice, fire, gadgets, and that's it. And then you get light for free if you're a PlayStation Plus member and you got the little bundle. Otherwise, you have to pay for light, electricity, earth, quantum, celestial, rage, munitions, and atomic. They're all cool powers, but if anything, if you don't feel like paying for each one, just get legendary and get it all for free for one price. I mean, there's a lot of benefits out of legendary, but I mean, it explains it honestly. When they tell you, you get a total of like 15 character slots. If you have legendary, you have a great amount of inventory space. You have all the money you want. Everything like instance wise, which I'll explain in a later video and go back over this and touch up on it. Everything in the instance wise will like reset quicker if you're legendary. So it's kind of good to have legendary. And sometimes you get like more benefits for being legendary in certain things. You also get some like discounts on things for being legendary. So it's pretty good to be legendary. It comes with a lot of benefits. But premium does too. So I definitely say being premium is better than being free because you still get a lot of benefits for that too. No discounts, sadly. But as for the powers, for every power you can be a DPS. Alright, but every power also has a sub role. So they'll have DPS and controller, or DPS and tank, or DPS and healer. And 3 sub roles are tank, healer, and controller. Alright? So a healer obviously heals. A tank takes all the damage and puts out some buffs, some defense buffs, so you don't get stunned and dies quick. And the controller puts out like stuns and buffs on like bosses, so they don't heal or hit as hard and stuff like that. And they also give power back to the group. Now, in my opinion, the main objective of a troll is to give power back. But if you have 2 trolls, you can have one like kind of giving power back, but mostly we're focusing on like stuns. So, just saying. But yeah, all right. But so this nature and sorcery are DPS and healers. Mental is a DPS and controller. Ice and fire is a DPS and tank. And gadgets and light are DPS and controller. For this character, I'm gonna go with fire, just because. And you know, by the way, for like stuff like this, and I think just about everything, you see a yellow like little tab in the right hand side of the screen. You kind of see there, it explains just a little bit of what the other sub role of the power is. So like, see, this one says control, this one says defense, and this one says healing. So every power does damage, but it also tells you that you also can heal, you can control, you can tank, or defense. So it also explains to you what the sub role is for each character. And I guess they don't tell you that it all has damage or DPS, because it's just like whatever power you pick automatically comes with DPS no matter what. So it's just the sub roles that depend on which power you pick. So it doesn't matter what power you pick, you're going to be DPS for sure. But you also should pick a power based on what sub role you want to do, because if you're playing this game, you get into it and you're on high level stuff, you're in a league, people want you to be able to sit there and switch from a DPS to your sub role, whatever it might be, or from your sub role to your DPS. So for like me, I work on both my DPS and my sub roles for each of my tunes. So my main tune is a controller and a DPS. I work on my DPS side more, so it's better, but I work on both, so my controller side is good enough to run with me, or with people at least. So just kind of try to pick a sub role as well as a power that you would like, just so you know if someone needs it. Oh yeah, sure, I can be a tank, or yeah, sure, I can be a controller, or yeah, sure, I can be a healer if you need it. It just makes running through things a lot easier when you have people cooperating. After that, you have your movements. Your movements are flight, acrobatics, super speed, and skimming. Skimming you have to pay for. Obviously, these are all based off of superheroes, so this is like Superman, Batman type of thing, and then Flash. I'm gonna go with super speed because it's kind of my favorite. And then there's the weapon. There's hand blast, one-handed, staff, dual wield, two-handed, martial arts, dual pistol, bow, brawling, rifle, and shield. The shield you have to pay for. I don't know why they did that. It's not like the best of weapons, but it's pretty cool though. It's definitely good to use. Like, it's cool, it's good. But if you want to be like Wonder Woman, definitely go ahead and get it. Otherwise, you don't necessarily need it because every other weapon is free. So I'm sure you can find another weapon you like if you don't want to pay for it. For the most part, I use martial arts, dual wield sometimes, one-handed, hand blast, and then sometimes I use bow. But for this, I'm gonna go one-handed. Okay, so here.
Modify any category as desired. Accept download when ready.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a summary page, and say you didn't like something you did, so you don't want to be a hero anymore. You want to be a villain. Boom. Or you didn't want a personality as flirty. You wanted serious. Boom. So summary page, you can change any of these if that's not what you wanted and you change your mind. At the same time though, the template you can't change. You can change it, but if you do and you click something else, you're gonna have to go through all of it again. So kind of just make sure you're sure when you get through. So now on the costume, there's the body, the gear, and colors. The body has the skin and the hair, and the gear has everything: head, face, chest, legs, waist, feet, hands, and back, and emblem. And then your colors, just how you change the colors of what it looks like. So since I'm doing fire, I'm gonna go with lava, and I like spiky hair, so I'm gonna go with spiky hair. I'll look through all this stuff for you, but y'all can come look through it yourself whatever you want to play. And I'm sure mostly everyone who's looking at this knows how to play. Alright, for the gear, I'm not gonna have anything from my head. Again, all this stuff you can look through. But for this, I'm gonna put a trench coat. My hands, I'm gonna put formal. Legs, I'm gonna put paramilitary. Same for feet. Alright, and then now I'm gonna change the colors. There is makeup, but it's not like what you think. It's not like lipstick and eyeliners. I think there actually is eyeliner, but don't worry, like just try it out. You'll be alright. Sure, you'll end up liking it. Or not liking it, but don't. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know why I just said that. It only comes for like if you have some type of makeup on, meaning like a mask made out of makeup or something like that, which most people don't use anymore. But if you do, you can change the color. But for your gear, don't worry about trying to match the colors necessary on your gear. Just worry about the colors you want, because you can come here, you customize your palette, and you come and then customize each piece of gear to the specific color in your palette that you wanted. So you have 4 different little options to put in different colors. So just like change it to whatever you want, the 4 colors you want, and then later on you can change it again. It's weird. I don't know why it's changing my hair. Alright, this is what I'm gonna go with. Alright, so for my chest, I'm gonna rock with that. I think I might just change the legs. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave it orange. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. And actually, I'm gonna change the hands. There it is. Alright, skin I'm leaving. Alright. Alright, that's how we're gonna go with. Alright, and after you're done, you just click next, and you click start on the PlayStation or 3 and options on PlayStation 4,
Download
and
successful.
then make your name. Um, this is a new thing they added in for the New Year's, and basically, like I said, once you hit level 30, you do something else. What you do is you go to CR. The highest CR you can get right now is 190. So this is kind of just a quick way to get you started and out there. But if you're like premium, or if you are even free, you can still make two characters. So I would recommend making one CR 100 and then making another character and leveling it up and actually like trying to understand the game before you go play on your other character. Because you know, as a newbie going straight to CR 100, you're not gonna like understand the game and know what to do, and it's gonna be stressful for you, and people are gonna kind of get annoyed of you running. So just kind of try to like balance it out, you know. Um, but yeah, so I'm just go ahead and start it. That's actually one of the reasons why I'm on this account, is because of that. I just kind of want to have a good character on my main PlayStation Network account. And that's just another cutscene. You can look at it if you want to, or don't. Skip through. Alright. So for the most part,
The hack worked. I'm in and you're awake and free.
I'm gonna wait till after she's done.
Okay, I'm Oracle and we are gonna get you off this ship. Look for a doorway out.
Alright, so for the most part, well, every weapon in the game is pretty easy. Like, it's basic. They kind of use all the same things. So like, if I was to go to weapons like right now, skills, and just go down. Right, the first one is hold square. Right, and it's tap, hold square, tap square, hold square, and then tap it 3 times, hold it, tap it 4 times, hold it. And I can go through each single weapon, and for the most part, going down the middle will show that same thing for each weapon. So it's like dual pistol is a little different. Who cares? So it's like for the most part, you just get kind of used to like comboing. Like for me, like I remember like most of the combos for every weapon because I've used them all enough to like just remember it. But if you like using a new weapon and you don't remember the combos, but you just remember like tap square and hold square enough times, just kind of like, you know, feel it through. You know, you can kind of just tap square a couple times and just know like if you hold square at a certain point, it's gonna, when you tap it enough times, there's a certain combo in that weapon. So when you're doing weapons, whatever weapon you are, just combos itself are easy. For the range combos, for most is only like hold triangle. For most it's like hold triangle, tap triangle, or hold triangle. And that's basically like all the combos are for range, or like hold triangle, tap square, and stuff like that. And then there's also F mastery, which I will get into another day, but that's some other combos you can do. Those aren't for this. Maybe I might go over later, but for the most part, just kind of get the basic of it. All right, but tapping square for PlayStation, I'm sorry, I don't know tell you on computer. I don't necessarily have one. I don't remember what it is. I played it on computer, but I don't remember the controls. For Xbox though, if I remember, square for you is X and triangle for you is Y. So it's still, I'm pretty sure it's still the same though. But so square is melee, triangle is range. So you tap square, hold square. Those are, hold square is like a hard, and then tapping's a light for both. But usually to get more like damage out, you would use both. So like you like, that's the combos. So you tap hold, or tap hold. I don't have any combos right now, but I'm just saying in general. And then For these, same thing. I mean, actually, well, this one, like, especially for this, is just hold triangle. That's it. Never this is it. That's all hold triangle will do unless you get the weapon mastery. So this for this one, this is whatever this hits for is how powerful it'll hit for. But it's not necessary combo. And then for your movement, you just click down on left joystick and it'll start it up. You can run around, click down again and it'll stop. And that's click. So hear that clicking? Not like, you know, hold down or, you know, something. Click down. You can see it if you're in super speed because your character changes from standing still to, like, you see the super speed at his feet, you know he's ready, he's in the super speed mode. For acrobatics, it doesn't change, and for flight, you'd be flying. On the screen, you saw it said hold L1 to lock on, and it basically just makes it easier. So you see a square, and now it shows a circle. It just makes it easier. So like when I'm running around at any time, you know, I'm still locked on. So I just gotta go into range to where a weapon or something can attack, and then if I'm in range and I see how I'm in range now I'm not, I'm in range, and I press an attack, it'll take me straight to the person I was locked in on. So it just makes it easier to keep your eye on people who are around. And then once you get kind of like better at realizing how to fight, you don't have to lock in, you can just fight and then go through between each one. Now this mission itself, right, this first mission is very, very easy. So just kind of run through it and just keep like holding square. Triangle won't really do nothing, it's not the most important. So just hold square and tap square a lot, do as much damage as possible. Alright guys, I'm gonna cut the video short here because I don't want it to get too long, because I know if the video gets too long, you guys are gonna get bored and you won't watch it fully through. And especially like for newbies, I know like watching long videos, and just for anyone honestly in general, watching long videos can get boring. I want you guys to, you know, be educated and learn more. And, you know, I don't want you guys to get bored, so I'm going to split the videos up so that you guys can watch both and not be bored. And instead, you guys can learn more, so you guys are going to be prepared to play the game. So I'm going to continue the next video where I left off in this video. It'll still be in Brainiac's ship, and we're going to just continue on from there with the tutorial. So I hope you guys enjoy the video or the videos, and I'll see you guys again soon.